thank you all for coming. With that, if you could please help me welcome up Bill Skarsgård and Nadia Hilker of the Divergent Series, Allegiant.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you? Good.
I'm nervous. I'm really nervous. You guys are so smart and awesome. And
With that, welcome to Google.
thank you.
Thank you for boosting our egos.
Thank you.
And welcome to Chicago. Allegiant is set in Chicago. I think the whole Divergent series is. Is this your first time here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was here as a baby.
Oh.
Great time.
Good
Hell of a
memories.
time. Yeah.
I know you're just in town for a short time, but
Yeah,
how are you liking it?
It's great. The food has been amazing. The bed at the hotel is mind-blowing. No, it's beautiful. Whatever I could see, out of the car, I definitely want to come back.
It's very strange because we were in Philly yesterday, and we both flew from LA to Philly, and you land, and then you go to bed, and then you wake up in a different place, and you do all this press junket, and then we do the same thing today. And I was sitting last night at the hotel. I'm like, where am I?
And what time zone?
What time is it? Where am I? Who am I? So it's been emotional.
Yeah.
Very emotional. He's been crying all day.
Oh. Hopefully you're feeling better now. We're here for you.
Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot, Google. Thank you.
But it is great to have you guys here. We're very proud of being in Chicago, and it's great to see you guys representing the city on the big screen.
That's half my lines. It's
Yeah,
just
it really
Chicago. It's protect Chicago. Going back to Chicago. Yeah.
There you go. You're standing up for us. But the characters that you play in the series, Bill, you play Matthew, and you play Nita,
Yeah.
and they're new to the series. What drew you guys to want to play those actors, to want to be in the Divergent series?
We got the job.
Yeah.
That's how it works. You get the job and you go, yay. It's not much of a choice. But yeah, you go ahead.
Oh my God, there's a lot to say about that. First of all, getting a part like that is so big, especially being from Germany and, don't get me started on that. Then second, Nita is a beautiful, young, strong, powerful, confident, badass woman. Didn't take too much of convincing me that. And then third, I really like the Divergent and Insurgent, and I really like the message of those movies. So yeah, and then getting the part is just crazy.
Yeah, no, it's the same for me. I'm from Stockholm, Sweden. And it's just great. This is, I guess, by far the biggest movie that either one of us have been in. So just in terms of the size and it's a huge fan base, and there's a lot of expectation on it, and you play characters that they're also in the books and whatnot. So it's very overwhelming. And then it was just a great experience. Just filming it, shooting it, and meeting the cast, and it was a weird thing. We've been doing interviews, and I just feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again. But we went to it feels like you're going back, you're going to school for the first time, or a new school, you change schools or whatever. Because they get these guys on the poster, they all knew each other. They worked for done 2 movies together. They have all these inside jokes, and the first scene that I shot was. My character has his monologue. He's walking down and he's introducing these guys to the new world outside of Chicago, and it's just me talking, and it's 500 extras staring at me while I'm doing it, because it's it was this whole ordeal, and it was kind of nerve-wracking, and they know each other, and they're making all these jokes, and they're friends, and you're hi, I'm Bill.
All
right.
Thankfully,
and then they're
we had each other. We were
yeah, we had each other.
kids,
Yeah,
but
that
helped so much. I was so happy that.
So you're the new kid. You're the new guy. Yeah, me too.
Oh, me too. You want to be my friend?
I don't have any choice. Of course, I want to be your friend. I don't have any other.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but it's great.
And now you guys are going all over the country promoting the movie.
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Making that jump from European movies and just other movies to a big Hollywood movie and a multi-part series, what was the most surprising to you about being in that process?
The thing is, I never made the jump, not even in my country. So it's like a whole new experience to me. I mean, Bill, you've been successful in Sweden. I haven't been in Germany. Germany thinks I think I'm a bit weird. They're like, her hair, and like, she's that weird mix. And okay, that sounds bad. I don't want to mix German. Sounds like, they're not ready for mixes. They are, but okay, no, I just.
You're digging yourself.
Oh yeah, totally. No, so this is just.
Yeah, but I think what Nadia's trying to say as well is like, I mean, they I think over here there is this it's the same thing in Sweden. Like I think in America at least, people, you guys are really support. Like you see qualities in people, like strength. Like her, like being very exotic and special is something that maybe she had a hard time struggling with in Germany. Whereas here, it's like something that you go like, wow, look at, you're stunning, you're amazing, you're incredible. So it's just different mentalities from where you're from. But at the end of the day, it's just the same thing. I mean, we're actors, and we. Whether it's a small, independent movie from in Sweden or it's this monster of a production, it's like you just go there and you learn your lines and you're like, all right, try to make a good job.
And it's also like, I mean, how many of you ever dreamt about winning the lottery? Like, right. So you've been
5 people here.
Well, more than that. So and then imagine one day you really actually win the lottery. And then it's just, you've been dreaming about it your whole life, and then you're like, wait a minute, now it really took a while. Like even today, like still now, it's been 6 months ever since we stopped shooting the movie, and like seeing myself on a poster or like talking to you guys at Google in Chicago is like, I'm still not, and I really hope I'm never gonna lose that. I hope that hopefully even in 20 years I'll be, really thrilled about everything I'm doing. And so you don't get it, but it's just it's been such an amazing trip.
Yeah, no, congratulations.
Thank you.
And speaking of that passion, Nadia, you talked a little bit about this on why you were passionate to play Nita, but did either of you feel a deep connection with your character? Did you feel like it was interesting to play someone like you, different from you? How did you relate to those characters you were playing on screen?
Yeah, he's very different from me, I think, Matthew. But it's like anything. For me, it was like important to do something, just like it's not a huge part, but it's like I just want to do something that like might be a little new take on it for myself, and like creating something that's like different from other things that I've done before, and make him feel like a real person and come to life. And you only have yourself as tools. Like your own experiences and your face and your whatever, like these are your tools that you're given, and then like what can you create from with that. So yeah, you do find like okay, with anything when you work, it's like how can I relate to this scene, like blah blah blah, and like how would I have done it, and but then again like how would my character do it, and so forth.
I mean, I just described Nita, and if I'd be like, oh, I'm Nita, that would be kind of arrogant and weird. But it's definitely, I mean, she suffered and I suffered in terms of getting bullied. I mean, not suffering like tragedies, but I got bullied in school a lot when I was younger because of the hair. And that made me stronger. So I think that's, it just depends on when you have a hard time in life, either you're just, like hiding in the corner, or you just get up and become stronger. And that's pretty much who Nita is and what happened to her, and yeah.
Thanks. That's very inspirational. Thanks for sharing that. With that, you guys are welcome to come up to the mics and ask questions. We have one here on the right and one on the left. So if you could please start lining up, I'm sure these guys would love to hear your questions.
I kind of would like to switch and ask you guys questions and sit in the audience.
Maybe we can take care of that afterwards.
Cool.
I think that would be, I'm sure these guys would love to hang out and answer some questions about Google. So I want to make sure we don't touch on any spoilers. Allegiant comes out next Friday, March 18th. So not touching on spoilers about this movie or even the next movie, but you guys are here for the rest of the series, right? You're here
Yeah.
for the third and fourth movies.
Yeah.
What are you excited about to see your characters doing or growing as the story progresses from Allegiant onwards in the series?
Well, I think that this movie is, part of it is like just introducing this new element to it, the new world that's outside of it, and where our two characters are part of it. And you don't know, like, we haven't done the last one, so we're shooting that in the summer. So hopefully, what I'm looking forward to is exploring more, because I think I did, in terms of this movie being like an introduction to my character. Like I would like, hopefully to have some things that play off in the last installment of the franchise for sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we got introduced, and I would love to be able to show who Nita is in the next one.
That's great. We're going to be looking forward to that and waiting for it. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
With that, over here, if you can.
Hi. Hi. Can you hear me? Okay. I have two questions. One, did you meet the author of the books? And then two, of Miles Teller, Theo James, and Shailene Woodley, who was your favorite cast member to work with? And Theo James is like the most beautiful man in the world.
Yes.
I think.
So, Shailene is one of the most beautiful young women I've ever met in my life. She's just very grounded and cares about the world and, things that really matter. She doesn't care about fame or money or any she's just like us. We talk about toilet paper and making soups and, grocery shopping, and she's very inspiring to me. And Veronica Roth, I said that before too, like when you hear the name, you think of this, I thought of this like 60-year-old beautiful, older woman with like red hair and like big jewelry. And then I met her on set, and she was this beautiful 26, 7-year-old woman. And she's great. And yeah, Theo is a very handsome man, that's for sure. Oh. Come on, guys. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Joe from the tour.
Hey.
At what moment did you realize that you wanted to become an actor? For both of you.
When I never thought about acting because no one in my family or no one in my friend circle ever did it. So, but this agent one day saw me and she's like, "You're an actor," and I'm like, "You're weird. You haven't even talked. Like, you tell me I'm an actor." And she would call me like every month, at least once, and try to convince me. And then I quit school. And then I called her and became an actor.
Yeah, I mean, I come from a family of actors, so I got introduced to it very early on. And for me, it was like, I'm getting annoyed by myself because I repeat myself so much, but like acting is, for me as a kid, was like, I couldn't really believe that you got paid for it, like that was an actual job. Like, because kids, we're all actors as kids. We play and we perform, and I am the bad guy and you're this guy, I'm the cop, I'm the superhero, and you play with kids, and it's just this world of imagination and performances and characters, and you dress up and I'm a knight or I'm a princess, whatever it is. So for me, like, I was on film sets as a kid, and like I saw my dad with a gun and a badge, and I'm like, what? Like, he can play and they're all adults and they're still doing this? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And so I got introduced to it, like just that part of playing was just so fun for me. And then I never grew up, so here I am.
That's awesome. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Over here.
Hey, thanks for coming. I was curious about your accents, if you had to do some sort of training for this, or if, what was the training like, if there was one, And also, if when talking to press in the US, you're still making an effort to stick with a particular American accent, or it's just become ingrained in your speech?
Well, this is how I talk now. So, and I don't know, like I travel, I was here a lot as a kid growing up, so, and then, I don't know, so this is just how I talk.
Same here. I mean, I'm German. Germans don't really sound like me. I grew up speaking French, German and French, so I think that my posture is different. And I started watching Family Guy when I was 15. And
That's why she speaks like Peter Griffin.
yeah,
Couldn't
well,
you
it's
tell?
bad. It's bad. I really have to be careful because I mean the things people say in Family Guy are not. Yeah. So I learned English from watching Family Guy and Friends and Sex and the City and all those great shows.
But also to answer your question, like yes, we've both worked on it.
Yeah,
like
we did. Oh, yeah, right.
I got a part in a TV show a couple years ago where I played an American, which was my first American part. So then you work with a dialect coach to sound American.
Yeah.
And also for this one too, like we had a dialect coach, and Theo James is British, so we had someone that was on set all the time to make sure that we sound like we're from here.
Yeah, and she would like come over and be like, oh, that one, like, and then you do it differently.
Do you have any words that you have trouble with? Something that's kind of that thorn on your side?
In pronunciation, not really. I mean, I definitely have to. I also said that before. Like, I mean, I never spent more than 5 months in this country. Like, I came out here in October, and I've never spent more time in the United States than now. And I'm sorry. So I'm always very afraid that I sound like a college girl. I'm not, college girls aren't, it's not bad to sound like one, but my vocabulary in German is so much bigger, and I could not talk to you about politics or economy probably. And that's a little bit frustrating, but so if you speak in German to me to find out that I'm smart, that I'm smarter than I sound.
No, we know. But for me, it was a lot of the words, like we don't have the th, the sound in Swedish. So I would have problems with when you would have like when you would go from and also there's just so subtleties, like you sound foreign if you overpronounce things too. Like if you overpronounce things, you sound foreign. Like it's just like, so you work on it to just sound lazy, as lazy as an American.
Yeah.
Hi. I wanted to ask, when you're acting, there seem to be a lot of like three-dimensional CGI stuff going on. What do you have to do differently as an actor to be able to act out those type of scenes as opposed to, let's say, a regular scene without a lot of three-dimensional CGI going on? Is there any special techniques, or how do you work with that?
Well, we've gotten that question a lot, and the thing that people don't realize is like when we shoot a film, even if it's a small little independent movie and you're sitting, just you, and the scene takes place, it's just you and your, dying mom, and then this bedroom. There's still, from where we see, there's like a guy holding the boom. There's so much going on behind the camera that you, as an actor, pretend that it's not there, even though you don't see it through the lens. So when you don't see it through the lens, but you will add it in post, it's kind of the same thing. It's like we know it's not there, but we pretend that it is there. And in terms of the film crew, we know they are there, but we pretend that they're not. So it's just this, that sense of like imagination and just completely being true for the scene. Mm-hmm. And it's a special thing because you really don't see the crew members standing behind the camera. You don't see them at all, and that's a special thing. And it's the same thing when you're like, okay, so this is, a plane is coming here. And in the scene, you actually see the plane, even though it's just like, a laser point, like a little, dot that you're following for eye line. It's weird.
Or like also when, like let's say in dinosaur movies. I mean, there aren't like real dinosaurs, but it doesn't really, like when I have to act that, you know, my boyfriend is dying, I have to, you know, make myself believe that I love that person I probably just met 2 days ago, and that now he's dying. So that's the same imagination as just, you know, imagining that there's a T-Rex attacking me. So it's, you basically just use your imagination for everything. And then you use your imagination, and then you really have to make yourself believe it from a, you know, true, coming from a, I'm sorry, I'm a beginner. Coming from a true place, and then, yeah.
I think just like you said, Bill, right? Like being a kid and just you're just playing.
Exactly. It's going back to that whole thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
kids pretend and play, and you know, if there's not lava on the ground, but you sure believe that it is at the time when you're playing. There's rules.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, thank you both so much for coming.
Thank
It
you
was
for
great
having
having you
us.
here at
Thank
Global
you.
Chicago, and we're excited to watch the movie on the
I
18th.
have a question.
Yeah.
So if the acting thing doesn't work out, okay? Is there like a possibility I could maybe do an internship with you guys?
We have a lot of positions available.
Cool.
We can talk about.
Okay. I don't have any education though. I speak French and German and English.
Your experience is very important at Google, much more than what school you went to. So we can.
Did you
always
hear
talk
that,
about
Mom and Dad? Mom, Dad, did you hear that? Cool. Yes.
Yeah, thank you both so
Thank you.
much.
So much.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Nadia.